Hello, hello. I'm in the American Girl Mine area. There's a road, American Girl Mine Road, and it was a mine, gold, silver, and copper. It's shut down in '96 because of gold prices being so low. Fast forward 20 years later. So yeah, and then it just was. Now it's just camping land, basically. It's Bureau of Land Management, BLM, federal land, and you can camp on it most places. They do tend to, I noticed lately, there'll be a dirt road and they'll just berm up the sides, even rocks, and that just limits the number of places you can, so you're not just destroying everything and crisscrossing everything. So, but they still allow lots of access. So I'm here in this one. It's actually across the road from the mine per se. I drove into that area, and that's the main one. That's the popular one. So lots of big rigs. I found a nice spot, but it was close enough to this big ring of RVs, big RVs. And I stopped and I shut the engine off and I opened the windows and I just listened, and I could hear, not, they weren't like rowdy, but also it was only 3:30 in the afternoon. So who knows when they start drinking their like cocktail hour. So anyway, it was a little too close. And so I left there because there's lots of options. And I noticed that on the other side of the road, there are people parked back in here, and it's a lot, they're bigger trees, and you can get down by a wash, which is where water runs when it does. And so then there are more trees and they're tall and just less of nothing. There's something. So I did go up further the road. There's another mine there that you can tour. It's like a self tour, and you can see the old buildings and ruins and things, and you can boondock around there too. Same kind of deal. Lots of places, but still, there's still, people are there, and you don't know if they're going to be loud, if their dog's going to bark or whatever. So I left there, and then having noticed going up the road, noticing that on the left side, I could see sometimes, there were roads going, a little, dirt accesses, 2 tracks call them. So I could see that there were RVs nestled in some, decent sized trees. Clearly there was a wash going parallel to the road, in from the road enough. So I went back and I did find one, and I have it to myself, which always thrills me. Now I'm really close to the road, and it is a main road. It goes from Interstate 8 and it goes up to Blythe. And I think Blythe I'm in California now, just inside the border. Colorado River is the border between Arizona and California, and it's just east of me, well, on the other side of the mountains here, I assume. There's a mountain range. And so I am in California proper now, but I will be when I leave here. I'll probably stay here 2 nights. Well, I have to leave after 2 because I only have dinner for 2. I was not thinking. I have leftovers for 2 nights, and then I have to go shopping. Should have picked up some meat. I had a lot going on. I was at the auto shop today. Mechanic. Anyway, so it turns out my leaf springs, I knew they were creaky and everything, and so he sprayed some WD-40, which didn't thrill me, and I called him on it because that attracts dirt. And so anyway, he said he sprayed WD-40 on the bushings, and the noise was significantly reduced. I knew, but I just wanted to make sure that there was no safety thing, like any cracks in any of the leaves. I didn't see anything. I did go under and look. So the problem is that you can't just replace the bushings on these. You have to replace the whole leaf spring assembly, $600 each, and both sides would need to be done. And so US, so plus average 35%, probably minimum even, exchange, and plus labor. The labor wouldn't be much. It really wouldn't be much. It's just there. You don't have to take the engine out. You don't have to take anything out. It's just there. You lift it up and you bolts, and that's it. You put it in. But I thought, US dollars. And so he assured me that it wasn't a safety issue, and that he would clean it up. So he degreased them, kind of got them up, got the weight off them, and then so that the spring separated, and he could degrease in between and then he greased again, and the bushing. So no squeak anymore, which is great. But he did say that my shock absorbers are in rough shape, like rusted and leaking, which is hard on the leaf springs. So again, nothing that is, you know, immediately dangerous. I'll just have to be a little more careful on the washboards and stuff. I'm not going to put the van through because, you know, I'm back in Canada in 5 weeks. So I really don't want to spend US exchange. They were so good though. You know what, they assessed the vehicle. They put it up on like jack. They just jacked it up, take the body off, so taking the pressure off the leaf springs. But anyway, and they do that. They both sides, clean them up, put grease in again. $60. 60. I offered to pay more. I said, well, okay, that's an assessment. Like I could pay you for the work. Nope, $60. So they're amazing. I've never had anything but that in the States. Like salt of the earth. Maybe because I'm in fairly small towns when things happen. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm good to go. I don't sound like a hick. Not that it does that a lot when I'm driving, but it does it doesn't now, but when I did, if I came to a stop, which I thought might be something else, because that sounds more like a mount. But now so it's good. And then I'm here 2 nights, and then my plan is to follow the Colorado River from here. Basically just goes straight north. It goes through Lake Havasu, Hoover Dam, obviously, up to Vegas. So there's a lot of camping on it. Not, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's spots. And so I can camp right on the river. And that's going to be my theme, because I'm headed up to Oatman, Arizona, which is where the Burros run the town, because it used to be a mining town. I believe gold. There's a lot of gold mining around here. Anyway, it used to be a mining town, and then it shut down. And I don't know if because of the same one here shut down because of poor prices, wasn't financially feasible. So anyway, so they left. They were using the burros. They domesticated them, and they were using them to work in the mines and stuff and carry things and whatever. And they left. They just shuttered that basically everyone left. Not everyone, but and so the burros just went back to being somewhat wild, but somewhat domesticated, because I guess there were still some people. I don't know. Maybe it's just a stop in the road. But anyway, so now it is very, very touristy. It's very, you know, that whole touristy Western town vibe where they just make it look that way. I'm sure there's history too. But you can pet the burros. I keep wanting to call them donkeys, which they are, but they're called burros down here. So you can pet them. And they're you know, the old-fashioned gumball dispensers. You put your quarter in, or whatever it was at the time, 5 cents. And you turn the knob, and then you get a little bit in your hand. So they have those with donkey treats, and so you can feed them. You just put your 25 cents or whatever, get your little, and you go feed them. You can pet them and rub their ears and everything. So obviously that's going to be a big goal that's a big destination for me. It has been for a while, but it's a bit north of here. It's I don't know, maybe 3 at the most. And I'll do it. I'll be here a couple nights, and then I'll be somewhere along the Colorado River again, up near Blythe, which is I think just inside Arizona, right there on the border, Arizona, California. I'm not sure which side. It's a city. I think the interstate, I think I-10 goes through there. So, and then I'll go north from there to Oatman, and there is camping. Colorado River goes pretty close to it. So that's the plan. But it's cold there. Early next week, it gets pretty chilly, and it's raining Tuesday, so I'm in no rush to get up there. Today is Thursday. So that's the plan, and I have a couple projects. I'll hang out here tomorrow. So, you know, I can hear the traffic on that road. A lot of RVs, FedEx. You know, it's not a lot of traffic, but you certainly hear it. And of course that'll die down once it gets dark, and no more RVs are coming and going. And I'm sure, I mean, it is a road that goes from I-8 up to Blythe. So it's just this out in the middle of nowhere. Not much. There's nothing in between. Anyway, I'll take I'll flip you around and then I'll show you my spot. Well, that's my hand. I'll show you my spot after I finish showing you my hand. Okay. I gotta get used to that. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's getting breezy all of a sudden. Look at those dark clouds. That's to the west, obviously, sun setting. And yeah, I think it's a little cooler in the next couple of days. I'm a half hour outside of Yuma. Now, Yuma's claim to fame is it is Guinness Book of World Records for the sunniest city in the world. So that's quite a claim to fame, and those clouds are not, hopefully won't test it. They're to the west. And I'm half an hour drive to the northwest of it. So I like this spot because there are bigger trees than typical. I have it, like I said, I have it all to myself. There's nobody that way. You probably can't see, but maybe you'll see if it, okay, car's coming, so you'll see where the road is. Oh, that's a car going. It's fading, it's not coming closer. Anyway, those mountains, at the base of those mountains, that's one of the main dispersed camping areas. I did go in there. Not my vibe. Too many people. Anyway, it is nice in there, but so, oh, sorry about the wind. Damn, it wasn't windy when I got here 15 minutes ago. So this, you just come in off the road. I was actually over in this section here, and I came through just down here. There's a better place to come through, not like this ditch here that's quite significant. And here's someone made a fire pit. It's a great idea. Hubcap. So that's that. I like it. Except for, okay, now you may be able to see. Here comes a car. Pickup truck. So see how close I am to the road. There it goes. I mean, it's not roadside, but I can certainly hear them. Anyway, I'm just happy that there's nobody on either side of me. Nobody. That's that. I don't know, 4:30. Gotta crack a blueberry wheat beer. I had the first one of that yesterday, super good. And then get caught up on all my texts and stuff from today because I was busy. That's it. Ciao, ciao. And hi, Tony. I forgot to mention that I met this guy Tony at the he was getting his car fixed too, so we were in the waiting room, and he had a Transit, still does probably, I think. But anyway, so he was a nomad for a while too. He left Chicago because of winters, and Googled where's the sunniest place in Yuma, so that's how he ended up here. And he's been down here for a few years, and so he knows all the ropes around here. He gave me some tips. I did go to see that mine, check out that area. It wasn't real, it was okay, like it's nice, it was okay, but there was a big, I really couldn't get very far away from this big group of big RVs, and I stopped in this area that I thought might be far enough from them, and I stopped and opened the window. Anyway, long story, I've already said. But anyway, hi Tony, thanks for the tips, and yeah, hope all goes well for you with your piece of land now in this area. It's very exciting. It was great chatting with you. Bye-bye.